what you're seeing right now is also happening in your body. Cells aging, but the good news here, and what very few people know, is that you can reverse the clock. Literally, today I'm going to give you something incredible, an easy and natural technique. Easy, easy, easy. To somehow, as I told you, reverse your body's biological clock. As you know, you have a biological clock and a chronological clock. What do I mean by this? The age you have is your chronological age. But you have to know that you have the possibility to, in some way, set the time on your clock, on your biological clock. Impressive. You have a way to, in a certain sense, manipulate your real age. Not your chronological age, what it says on your identification, but your real age at the cellular level. If your cells are young cells, or God forbid, if your cells are heading down a path of aging and deterioration. Today, I want to share an easy technique and explain some concepts and the science behind them. They may seem very difficult, but I want to explain them to you in a very, very, very simple way. Very simple. So that in some way you understand what we're going to do. And so you can see how with just a few minutes a day you can really invest the biological clock from a place of aging to a place of rejuvenation. In other words, to make your cells rejuvenate. Impressive. Let's understand first, there's a concept here. I'm going to talk about two key concepts in science. And then I'm going to explain to you how you can, in some way, with these minutes, just a few minutes a day, manipulate things in a certain way. That's clearly positive, to boost in a good way. How? Let's talk first about what telomeres are. Telomeres. You have to understand that basically, let's zoom out a bit, let me explain it to you in more general terms. Your body, as you know, is full of cells. Since you were born, a lot of cells. Your chromosomes or your DNA is basically the instruction manual that tells your body how to function. Therefore, if you think of your DNA or your chromosomes as shoelaces, imagine lots of shoelaces in your body, chromosomes, DNA, and at the tip, as you know, the tip of the shoelace of the shoe. There are basically the protectors of the shoelace, those small plastic protectors that prevent the shoelace from fraying or getting damaged. And it keeps it in good shape. Those little plastic tips, graphically speaking, they're the telomeres. Telomeres are like the caps, the protectors of your chromosomes, of your DNA. So what does this have to do with feeling young? Or basically, like I said, reversing your aging towards a state of health and feeling young? It's basically understanding that we have to take care of those telomeres and keep those shoelaces, your chromosomes, as long as possible. And this is what I'm saying. These aren't just thoughts in the air. I'm talking about science, about neuroscience. Major universities discovered that people who use the easy exercise, which I'm going to explain to you in broad terms, has to do with mindfulness. Is it in English, or basically working on your attention in the present? Basically breathing. I'll explain it to you in a few moments, God willing, but basically people who practice meditation, mindfulness, breathing, as I'm going to explain to you, as I understand it, that somehow keeps these cords, these telomeres, longer telomeres. Therefore, that biological clock I told you about at the beginning gets extended and aging is reduced. Do you understand? I mean, think that every time the person gets hurt, they have a wound. There is a cell division, or when we grow, the cells divide, or to repair cells that are not in good condition. There is significant cellular movement. in our body, either to grow, to repair, or to heal wounds. Now these cells divide, but if our cords, our chromosomes, and our telomeres remain long, and you think, if I go back to a previous example, if in a cord there is basically continuous cell division and that cord keeps getting shorter, the telomeres are shorter, that indicates aging, the cells are aging. But what's the good news here? If we follow some daily routines that take just a few minutes, which I want to share with you today, little, no big, you don't have to be a great scientist. Just a few minutes a day, you maintain those telomeres long, your chromosomes long. The telomeres, like I told you, are like the plastic tips on a shoelace. You keep them strong and long. Therefore, that shoelace doesn't fray, it doesn't break, it doesn't stick to other laces, it doesn't disappear. So what I want to give you today is how to keep those telomeres strong, and therefore your DNA, your chromosomes, to keep those cords, metaphorically speaking, as an example, long, and to avoid them from being cut. Very well. I explained to you a very fundamental concept called telomeres in the simplest way I understood in order to explain it. So you need to understand the exercise we'll do. Helps protect the telomeres and makes them longer. These strands of the chromosomes, the DNA, very good, very good. That's the first concept. The second concept is what we're going to do now coming up. Basically what it does is activate your vagus nerve, which the vagus nerve basically is the connecting cable, the cable that connects your brain with vital organs, fundamental in your body. As you know, like for example, your heart, your intestines. What else? The lungs. I mean, think about it. It's like a highway. Your longest highway is the vagus nerve. It's the longest cranial nerve you have. Like I told you, it's a connector, it's a cable, a connector between your brain, between your head, and fundamental vital organs. Like I told you before, for example, lungs, intestines, heart. Basically, it connects. Now, on that highway, two main ones can go. News, so to speak. Two big cars, automobiles. The first car is the calm car, which your mind tells your body, your vital organs. You can relax, everything is fine. Don't be tense, relax, everything is fine, very good. That's it, that's the one, that's it. It's the vehicle that can go from your head to your body, the rest of your body, vital organs. Very good. Now, what happens if your head understands that you're in danger? You're in danger, it tells your vital organs. Prepare yourself, war is coming. Be in a state of stress, basically tension, because either we have to run away from here or we have to fight. Now, if you're under stress in your daily life, your mind is what picks it up. Your mind picks that up. Thus, your mind signals your body and vital organs. You're under stress. You're in danger. Be careful, you have to be in emergency mode. And that's what it does. Going back to the initial concept of telomeres, basically what it does is shorten them, because stress shortens the telomeres, and it gives you, obviously, you can understand that it gives your body this save our soul situation of constant stress. It's like a red light. Imagine being a firefighter who has to go out to put out a fire when the light turns red. Think of someone who is stressed. If you are stressed because of a threatening future, or because your past is blocking you, it's taking you to negative places. God forbid, both your body and mind understand. So, on the highway from your mind to your body, the message sent is, we are stressed, we are at war. Get ready. But when I said at first that you can manipulate these telomeres, keep your chromosomes long, your DNA, everything is calm. And now we come to the main character of the parasympathetic system, which is the vagus nerve. As I told you, that the parasympathetic system is your system. What does it have to do with it? And it's responsible for your digestion, like the intestine. That's the point. Digestion, rest, calm, palpitations. your cardiovascular area, your heart rate. When your body is calm, your vagus nerve is activated and you can activate it easily. Like what I'm going to explain to you in a few moments. God willing, that calms your body, your heart rate decreases, your cortisol, which is the stress hormone, decreases. That also obviously affects your body. Obviously, someone who is stressed, as I told you, cortisol rises, and obviously that also has an impact on the person's aging. Why are we here? What's the gift I want to give you? It's about how to activate your body and your mind in a very easy way, which I'm going to explain to you in a few moments. This introduction is important so you understand the topic, since I can give you the exercise in seconds. But the point is that you understand what we're doing here. So when you do the exercise several times a day, it only takes a few minutes or seconds. God willing, that will bring you much well-being. And life will be a much happier life. And that as a kind of test for you, a self-exam you can do after more or less 7 days of this, which I'll explain. Pay attention to your digestion. If you notice changes in digestion or mood, like feeling calmer, happier, or more joyful. If your sleep is better, you sleep better. There's self-exams with yourself to see if what I explained to you today, you're doing it properly. And if it's truly effective in your life, therefore, here too, when we talk about a way to slow down aging and increase longevity, or your years as well, we're not just discussing a technical issue or a clock that will outlast your body and endure for many years. Because in some way, if it's not you, then it's nobody. But basically, if a person lives many years, but those years are lived in suffering, lived stressed out and not enjoying their life, that the clock lasts, that's very good. It's very good, thank God it lasts. But how many blessings if that clock that lasts a long time lives a happy, well-being life? And this is what I want to give you here. I want you to learn how to activate your biological clock, not just your chronological one. You can't change your chronological age since you were born when you were born and have the years you have. That's the biological clock. Chronological, the years, but the biological one, your biology, you can manipulate that. How? Like I told you with this exercise and with what we're learning now. Very good. The exercise is as follows. Basically, it's about dedicating a few minutes of your day to what I told you before. Now we're going to go into more detail. This is what mindfulness is. Breathing consciously. Being consciously present in the moment, unafraid of the future. Or without being tied to a past that pulls you back, pulls you down, right? Is it? Or basically, we're going to start the exercise now. And when you do it, I invite you to what? Are you trying to remember what you're doing? That it's not just that. It's not just a breathing exercise and nothing else. No, it's an exercise that you're giving as a gift to your body, your mind, your life, and your years. A blessing to live a life that's not only longer, more enduring, but also a fulfilling life. Happy, joyful. And what I'm going to tell you, the final part of the exercise is the strongest. You are loved, so listen carefully, carefully. First, find a quiet place. Sit down in a calm way, in a comfortable position. Try not to sit on a couch that pulls you back or down, or in a hammock or something like that. Try to sit on a chair or on a bench where you can be upright but comfortable, at the same time comfortable. Very well, now I invite you to close your eyes. And first, try to send a message to your brain. Everything is okay. Basically, you consciously want to tell your brain and your whole body, obviously to your whole body. But starting with your head, with your thoughts, everything is fine, very good. That's the goal. Now, how do we achieve this? We're going to activate the vagus nerve. Closing your eyes and breathing. Very good. What we do is close our eyes. Try to listen. Ideally, Do this in nature, in a place where you feel safe, but not in a noisy place where there are phones. In fact, your phone, put it aside, on silent, not even on vibrate if possible. If you can, then you can put it back on vibrate or sound later. But basically try to spend these minutes leaving yourself, just you with yourself and with the Creator. Basically, this has to do with what I'm going to tell you later, but basically it's an easy and powerful exercise. Try closing your eyes. Open, in a certain way, metaphorically, your ears to listen to sounds of little birds. In fact, here where I am, you can hear little birds. Perfect. Now we start to breathe. Try to inhale. It's a diaphragmatic breath. Your abdomen should rise and fall. When you inhale, it should rise, and when you exhale, it should fall. But relax, don't stress about it. I don't know if it's a stress because of that, but ideally, you can put your hand on your abdomen if you want, or on your heart, your right hand over your left, wherever you want. If you want, you can use this to feel your abdomen rise and fall or not. The important thing here now is to try to breathe. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, like smelling the scent of a flower, like a jasmine, a rose, whichever flower you like the most. Try to inhale in 4 seconds. Try to hold it for a few seconds. And then try to exhale, if possible, in 8 seconds, like blowing out a candle slowly. So we inhale, we hold it, and all right. Longer exhalations are better. Again, we breathe in, we hold. Again, we inhale, we hold, good. Let's do it now. Extract from. Not necessarily do anything, not even the previous breathing. Obviously, just breathe calmly, but without the goal of doing any specific breathing. Specific. The goal now is to be in the present. That's the goal. Try to, as I told you, reflect on the sounds where you are, or on the sound where I am, where you can hear little birds. Basically, you ask yourself, I want you to ask yourself, how do I feel? That is, ask yourself how you feel. And then see if you feel any improvement compared to about 20 minutes ago, which is when we started this class. Please write your answer in the comments after considering it. What are you feeling? If you feel an improvement, if you feel calmer, you feel more with yourself, more whole, more fulfilled. If there is even a small difference, but if you feel something different, very good. We are going to give you a few moments for this. Very good. And now the grand finale. Basically, after doing this breathing exercise, which I suggest you do at least in the morning and at night when you wake up, that is after getting up and before going to sleep. If you can do more, I'm telling you, in a few seconds you can do this. You don't need to be, you can also be in any place. You don't need to go somewhere far away to do it. It's about breathing and trying to slow down in another way and being calm. So whenever you can, perfect. Now, the icing on the cake is basically trying to go to the origin of origins, which is basically your bond, the strongest bond you have, which is the bond with the Creator. Basically, God, the Creator, who creates you every instant and creates your cells, your DNA, your chromosomes, your feelings. God, the Creator, loves, trusts, and guides you to the best place, God willing. Connecting with the Creator links you to the source of everything and to the one who wants the best for you. Therefore, unfortunately, many people feel that God allows us to be hopeless. They feel lost, not knowing where to go. They go right and left, unsure where to go. Their purpose in life isn't clear and they don't know what to do. That, in a certain way, obviously is one. It's a sign that you need to stop. You have to reflect. God, the Creator, wants us to do well, be happy, and stay healthy, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in every way. Therefore, I invite you here, I invite you to take this simple breathing exercise into a dialogue with the Creator and tell Him. Judaism's Kabbalists emphasize the importance of daily communication with the Creator. It's important to use your own words and honestly tell Him how you feel and what's happening with you. Our wise men say you should talk as you would with your best friend, not try to be eloquent or give a big speech, right? You open your heart to Him and tell Him what's going on with you, how you feel, what your dreams are, what you would like, what hurts you, what help you need. Open your heart and connect with the Creator. That's really the greatest gift I'm here to give you in this video. Obviously, everything is important, but God is, as I told you, the one who wants the best for you the most. Also ask for guidance on which breathing exercise to do. Speaking specifically about this, how to feel younger, how somehow, as I told you, you can turn things around. Thank you. That biological clock towards healing. Thank you for feeling young. To really slow down cellular aging and the cellular crisis, cellular stress, and bring it to cellular healing. As I told you, you can somehow manipulate your cells. Thank you. How? There are other exercises like this, but this one is much easier to breathe. Mindfulness. How powerful is it? Imagine if science discovered that somehow reflecting, being in the present moment, what they call mindfulness, is like full awareness of the present, of breathing. How strong is it at the cellular level? Like I told you, the stronger telomeres that protect your chromosomes, your DNA, your cells, you take care of them. They're like protectors that keep the cord strong and prevent fraying. Consider a simple breath and how much more powerful it is to speak with the Creator. In meditation, you dialogue with God, the Creator, engaging in a conversation with Him. Meditation involves more than just breathing. It also includes exercises for tranquility and calmness, like those we did today. It's a kind of meditation which is being, as we said, fully aware, feeling the sound of the birds, the sound of nature, of the wind. It's perfect. It's very good. That's fundamental. Calm down. But you take this beginning of meditation, of reflection, talking with the Creator, it amplifies the strength of everything. You respond. And God obviously wants you to be happy and healthy and whole and young. Obviously, no matter what your chronological age is, even over 120 years old. God desires a purposeful, fulfilling life. You know that every moment of your life has meaning. It makes sense. If your life, for example, you eat properly and in your relationships, you connect well, you do good to others and to yourself, you also have a life of coherence, of doing good. That definitely strengthens your cells, your body, and your peace of mind. Therefore, here we are talking about mind, body, and soul. So many things for you if you want to go a life full of health, for a life with purpose. So, well, I would love for you to tell me here, how did it go for you? I would love for you to tell me how it went for you. Just so you know, if you still haven't joined my beloved Israel High community, there's a link in the video description and my community WhatsApp number, so you can ask me questions if you want. Also, those who are part of the Israel High membership in my community have a connection with me. They sometimes ask me questions if they want. Obviously, in the community WhatsApp group, there are meetings, there are courses for those who have the membership. It's spectacular. So, well, I also invite you to tell me how it went for you in the comments. Success and blessings.